If you're like most pet owners, you may have often wondered how you would react if your cat became pregnant and had kittens. Whether your cat became pregnant because you wanted it to have kittens, or on its own doing, you need to tend to the care of those kittens and help your cat safely deliver and care for her new litter. If you suspect that your cat may be pregnant, there are certain symptoms and signs that you will probably notice. Her midsection may start to appear more round than usual and the nipples become more prominent. She may start behaving a little differently, and unless you suspect some kind of problem in her pregnancy, she usually will not require a lot of extra care until she delivers. It is important to remember that even if your cat has not been vaccinated, it is not a good time to vaccinate when she is pregnant. When mother cats are getting ready to give birth, they will typically find a nesting area during the last week or so of their pregnancy. You can help her select this nesting place, or make it more comfortable for her by laying down plenty of soft padding or blankets and try to make sure that it is an area that will not be constantly disturbed by people or other animals. When your cat goes into labor, it can typically last for several hours and she will be restless, grooming often, nesting, panting, vomiting, pacing and crying. She will begin to go off to her nesting place and she will continue to purr. After the first stages of labor, she will begin to experience hard contractions and this will be followed by the birth of her kittens. It can take hours for the entire litter to be born, and typically there is a kitten every 30 to 60 minutes. If not removed from the area, the mother will usually eat the placenta. It is important to remember not to move the mother cat or her new babies. Let her choose the nesting spot and she will tend to her kittens. Usually, the mother will take care of all the kittens in her litter and be able to care for and nurse all of them. There are times though when the mother cat either neglects one or more of her kittens or is unable to feed all of them and nurse them. This can happen if the mother has a large litter. It is then that you may want to contact your vet for helping to care for the kittens and make sure that they are getting the proper nutrition that they need. You should keep young children and other pets and animals away from the mother and your babies. If you do find yourself having to care for one or more of the kittens, you should make sure that the nesting box is high enough so that the kittens cannot crawl out and hurt themselves. You will also need to learn how to bottle feed them and clean them as their mothers would. Baby kittens need to be cleaned on their bottoms in order to stimulate their mothers licking them to go to the bathroom. They also need to be fed small amounts of formula on a regular basis. It is also important to make sure that they are always warm enough. You may need to add warm elements to the nesting area to make sure that they stay nice and warm and are not getting chilled.